you're into this. And
Yeah,
you enjoy it, and it's a passion of yours. We talked about it being a lifestyle.
Oh,
today,
yes,
right?
yes, and you put that perfectly. I'd never heard anybody say it like that. It changes. Life took a left-hand turn in a dime. It was just, it's so yummy. I can't. It's just so.
Yeah, it's funny to watch because you see a lot of people that get into this, and then you sometimes see the angst in their face or the trepidation about what they just got themselves into. That's the reason why sometimes you see people get rid of a lot of bikes. Like they buy a bike and then they're out, right?
Yeah, you can buy bikes for with 1,000 miles on them all day long because people think it's romantic.
I ride, but I did get rid of a few of them that way. So, but
They think it's romantic. They think it's a romantic notion. It is actually a lot of hard work. It's actually a lot of pain. I had a month where I didn't walk because I cracked the coating on my bones. Couldn't walk. I mean, I hadn't broken anything, but for a month there was no moving.
There's somebody else that has done stuff like me.
You have no idea.
Oh my God! So
the story.
The walking wounded. I get it.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's. Again, when I think of that, because those are things that, I like to do. Like, I went to Colombia in February, and it's an eye-opening experience, right? When you go to these different countries and you engage with the people that live there and you see how they live. And then, we take everything here in the States for granted, right? Everything.
So much.
And
we could talk about that for an hour.
Right, exactly. I mean, that's a whole different concept, right?
Yeah.
But, and you and I did talk a little bit about that, but it's just the people and the culture and the things that you do and see and experience. You can't get that from YouTube. You can't get it from the internet. You can't get it from talking to somebody
until you actually physically experience
do it. And that was for us. So Mexico was the big, because we all get this. This is uniformly, anybody you talk to, oh my gosh, don't go to Mexico. Right. And the sheer terror, the sheer terror, the horror that you can see in people's faces, eyes.
Well, I got a little bit of that about Colombia.
Oh, totally. Right? I was there in Colombia right before you were, and the same, it's all drug lords.
How we connected was,
oh, that's right. Yeah, your videos and through, totally.
But yeah, I mean,
And so Mexico was literally, I said, we burned all the way from the south down to the Mexican border so we could stay 2 days in Mexico because I'm like, I am terrified. I'm absolutely, abjectly terrified of going to Mexico. So 2 days in, and we had the most extraordinary time. It was just, the people were so lovely, family oriented. It was just absolute magic. Had people from the Airbnb, because of whatever description I have on my Airbnb profile, said, we would like to take you to breakfast. They came, the husband, the wife, and their little girl come and pick us up in their car, take us to breakfast, share breakfast with us, and tell us all the great things to order and so still friends with them. They live over in Baja now.
Isn't that
it is, and you get invited into people's worlds, and you don't get that every day. There's something about the motorcycle.
There is. I mean, we were going, our one section we went through Colombia, we stopped at this, it was a multi-generational family, and they were playing Tejo, which is their version of cornhole down there, right? Yeah. And we stopped and we gave soccer balls to the kids, but we played a little Tejo, and just interacted with them. And they were just, here are 7 strangers out of nowhere on motorcycles pull up, and they just invite us in.
Into their lives.
Yes, into their family, into their whatever's going on. You don't get that here in the States. People are like, get the hell out of here, and everything else, and trying to call the cops and everything else on you. But it's just different, right?
Yeah, it really is. There's a warmth and stuff. So we did that, and it was all baby steps. My message to everybody is baby step your way into things, because it's amazing how fast you can actually work your way into a whole different. For me, this is 4 years, which is 48 months. It's a blur. Then we went for 10 days into Mexico, middle of nowhere, crisscrossing mountains south of Laredo, Texas, and just in the middle of nowhere, and nothing but beautiful, wonderful experiences. And it changes your perspective on what you think you're afraid of. And so it allows you, each of these steps you take allows you to take the next one. And so we did the Transamerica Trail. We rode down it all through Baja over to the mainland. And so this was all preparation to get, you know, come closer and closer to this bigger trip kind of thing. And so, yeah, just it's amazing what you can do if you just take that first step and then the next step, and you become educated and skilled and experienced.
Well, Steve Madden.
Yeah,
he's done,
the
right?
whole world. Rode around the whole world.
I mean, he's been in Mongolia and Russia. And like he starts rattling off countries. I'm like, I don't even know where that country's at. You
Right,
know? Like, what are you
exactly,
talking about, you know?
exactly.
But yeah, I mean, you're doing things that, you know, only 1 or 2% even think about doing.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people think about doing, but only maybe 1% or 2% even do some of that stuff.
And each one of these adventures is just built on the previous one, and it is the people we've met, the
fantastic,
really everywhere. I mean, I have friends all over.
All right, gang. Now we're down to the final piece. So, a couple of weeks ago, right, on Facebook,
Yeah.
you had made a mention about you were out riding and you saw trash out,
Yes.
you know, while we were riding. I mean, while you were riding.
Yes, which is
And-
quite common, especially in the South.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, I think it's anywhere. And I know I made a comment on yours, like we did the Mid-Atlantic BDR, and I was kind of shocked because I forget what section it was, but there was trash, and it was like next to the trash can, like they couldn't even make it to the trash, right?
Yes.
And so, with that being said, you really want to try to start something in the ADV community.
Yes. Loving the roads we love.
Loving the roads we love. I love it.
Loving
That's
the
great.
roads we love.
And about, if you can, take a trash bag with you,
Yes.
right? And when you're riding, if you
Yes.
see some stuff, pick it up, put it in a bag, put it on the back of your bike. It doesn't take much time to do that.
You think of how many of us are out there riding millions of miles each year.
Right.
Mexico, which I love, is a place that's really, you know, struggles with its refuse thing. And I think it started percolating there. Then when we were riding down in Argentina, actually, there was only one, both Chile and Argentina, pristine, beautiful, except for there was one section. And I'm sitting there, you know, shocked.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, why here? And so it just started percolating in my head. It's like, you know, here we're so blessed to be able to go and do these trips, so many of us in this community. You know, a lot of people, the aspiration is to ride in other countries and that, or love our own country, right? Yeah. And so here we are riding millions of miles collectively each year. And so it started percolating in Argentina. If I could just, you know, if I picked up 10 things and the next person that came behind picked up 10 things, deposited it in an appropriate place.
I started thinking about that today while we were
Yeah, it's amazing.
There's a lot of stuff today.
Yeah, and so when I got back, we were in a place where we were out riding dirt on this back road, and it took me less than 5 minutes to pack up a whole kitchen bag, garbage bag. And it was just, then we hauled it back to my truck, threw it in the truck, and then it went out in the garbage when I got back to the place. And then a couple weeks later, I was out someplace, and it literally took me 15 minutes to pack up three garbage bags full.
So how can we get the message out, right?
That's a good question, right?
I mean, that's the reason why I said, hey, I think, you know, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I think we should get it on film
Yes.
and talk about it. Granted, you got a great story to begin with, but I think there could be some traction with this.
Yes.
We as a community, and you know, I know that
we get to enjoy these places, and it wouldn't take a whole lot of us over a couple of years to actually make a big impact. Be the change you want to see in the world.
No, you're right, because
I got tired of me complaining. That's where it started. You know, part of it was I was so tired of listening to me complain. It's like, why are people? You can't drag your big gulp back out of the woods. Are you joking me? You know, and so I got tired of listening to myself complain. It's like, well, do something. You know, make us the tiny dent.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's not that difficult to take care of your trash, right?
Yes,
it's just not.
right.
And you know, if we don't do that, you know, I always feel that if you start like we have, like the BDR is a great organization,
Yes.
right?
Right.
But you get all these people. If you're right on the BDR or whatever, you start trashing it up.
Yes.
Some of that stuff is BLM land. Some of it
Yes.
is private property that they've got approval, or there's lands and stuff like that. They'll shut it down.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say to you.
And then we're not
There's a
gonna
lot
have
of
a place to ride,
organizations
right?
that don't want us there in the first place.
Correct.
And it's always, it's always being respectful. When you're around hikers, we
Right.
always slow down, shut off the engines.
Right.
Be really respectful of the other uses that people have, are using that area for. Well, this is another thing. You don't want to be tied in with that kind of thing. You want to be tied in with, look, they're the people that
good.
do this.
You're doing good for the
the
community.
Harley guys do the toys for tots.
Right.
Why can't the off-road riders be the people who actually care about leaving these beautiful byways
Right.
that we get to enjoy in a better condition that we found them? And so I'm toying with ways
what's the
to
name again? What's the
loving the roads we love.
Loving the roads we love.
And so we'll have to get a Facebook page up and some other things like that
we
going.
need to do that. We need to figure out kind of a little bit of a logo type of
Yes,
thing.
and maybe a way to track it, to
see what we
get
can
some sponsors
contribute, right?
and
Yeah,
stuff
I
like
mean,
that, maybe to get people to contribute some fun things to whoever's collected the most in a given year and things like that.
Make it fun.
Make it fun because
make it fun.
why not? We're a
Right.
fun bunch. And so thank you for taking the time to do this and interview me and grab a hold of this.
Yeah,
I said it to you and we both started
it just
brainstorming.
resonated. It just
Right.
resonated when you said that.
Yeah.
And I thought about that. Like, would it be that difficult for this community to get behind something like that?
Yes.
And I don't think it would.
No, I don't think so either because it
all
is
of us do care about what we're doing.
Yes, and it's hard to see.
Renee,
I love it, and I love you. I
Renee.
so appreciate our friendship.
this is so crazy. We've only met about 30 days ago, live, and maybe 3 months ago, back in
Yes.
February on Facebook. And now we are sitting here doing an interview. So, but anyways, thanks for putting up with this.
Thanks
is
for
probably
listening.
I will get some comments. Oh, it's too dark, can't see, blah, blah, blah. Folks, this is what we have to deal with because we rode all day today.
That's right.
And we're sitting a little bit farther away from one another because she doesn't want to smell me.
And I don't want to smell it. Or you don't want to smell me.
We got that going for us. So, all right, one more time. What is the slogan?
Loving the roads we love.
Loving the roads we love. All right, folks, thanks a lot. Life's Journey at 50. Renee, thank you so much for everything. No, come here. Give me a hug. Bring it in. Bring it in. Just look at it. Oh, there we go. All right. All right. So, anyways, all right, you're going to see this out there. We're going to get this started, and we look forward to the ADV community supporting it. So, take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye.